There we go. So this is going to be a little video tutorial for this makeup look. I was going to do it a lot more dramatic, but I'm not really going anywhere today, so I thought I'd keep it subtle. So, well, it's still not that subtle, but it's subtle for me, because usually I'm like a total drag queen. So yeah, mainly using the electric palette, Naked 3, Beauty Killer palette. For lips it was the Jeffree Star as well. So yeah, I got this new backdrop as well, which is like super pretty. It wasn't too dear, but I thought it'll make my videos look better, and it's also good for when I take photos of clients, have a nice cute little background. So give you a quick wee look, but I'll do some more like posing and shit at the end. You know me, love a pose. So yeah, this is actually quite fairly simple to do. It's like quick sort of go-to look. This sort of like style of makeup with the wee little cut crease thing as well. So probably won't focus as per usual, but it's just the UD one. And I'm just going to pop that all over my eyelid. It's actually annoying me how much this camera does not focus, but I'll figure out how to use it one day. And then I'm just blending that in with a Zoeva concealer brush. Oh my god, it's all blurry. Hold on, let's see if I can fix it. No, I can't. I'll just have to float about here, because it's in focus specifically here. There you go. So that's that primer on all over, and I'm going to use tape today just to get a nice sharp line. I'm probably just going to be a peasant and just what I used on that side, just gonna flip it over and make sure the angles are the same as well when you use tape, because you can't have one like that and one like that or something. So I'm using the Naked Basics, and I'm probably just going to use what I always use, which is Walk of Shame. So just blending that in underneath the brow. I have like no foundation on, so I look extra ugly today, but oh well. At least I have like one eye done to like roughly show you what I was doing. I'm gonna come back to this because there's a few things I want to show you about how to fix things. So I've done like half the eye look. I'm gonna go in with a Zoeva 228 brush. It's a crease brush. And I'm going to use Jilted as well from the electric palette. Here we go. And then I'm just going to take that right in the socket line and blend it in. Keep on like going out of focus. I think I've positioned this camera too high. And yeah, as you can see it's really bright, but I'll dull it down and you'll see that in a second. I'm honestly not used to the whole talking in front of a camera thing. And it's annoying as well, just no music playing in the background. It's very, very quiet. So I suppose gotta talk to amuse myself. There it goes, just like that. It's just a rough sort of base colour. Helps the transition as well from the two colours. There we go, so that shall do. And then, because this is quite bright, obviously, it'll still probably stain my lids as well because it's the electric palette, but because it's quite bright, and I'm not really going anywhere fancy today, I just thought I'd film this. I'm actually away to the library after this, so I'm going to tone it down a little bit with the Naked palette, Naked 3, and I'm going to use the shade Nooner, which is like a dusty sort of rosy colour, which is just there. So it's still got like pink tones to it, but it'll just make this a little bit more subtle because it's quite neon. Again, just taking that in the socket line as well. Blend it in just so it's not so intense and a bit more everyday. Saying that, I never do everyday makeup, but I'm not going to the library with like neon eyes. And a soft definer brush again from Zoeva. I would do that whole, but my camera doesn't focus, so I'm not gonna do that. There you go, and that's just toned it down a little bit. I hate putting brushes down and then I'm like, what the hell did I just do with that brush? Yeah, I'm just gonna soften it a bit here because it looks a bit harsh, the shadow. And then I'm gonna use a Zoeva, it's actually a winged liner brush, but I'm gonna use that to cut the crease. And again, I'm just using the same primer potion in Eden that I used on the lid. Just because it's like a beigey nude colour. Oh my god, shut up. Someone pure revving their engine outside. I'm trying to film here. Here we go. So I'm just gonna cut the crease. There you go, just like that. And then I'm gonna put the shadow in Trick again from Naked 3, which is, it's like a sort of peachy colour. That's probably not gonna focus, but oops, over here. this one just here. And I'm going to use a Fraulein. It's a cheapy eBay set that I got like when I first started doing makeup, but it's really like stiff, so it's good for getting a precise line, because if you use like a fluffy brush, it doesn't keep within that like that nice little sharp line that I've made. I'm going to go in with a Zoeva detail shader, and I'm going to go back in with Jilted, wherever the hell I put the palette. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, finally I found my palette. Here it is. So again, I'm going to go back in with Jilted and then just go around that circle just to make it a little bit more intense. There you go. And then again, Urban, just the one right beside it, which is that. Oops. That purple just there. There you go, and then I'm just going to blend that out. There you go. And then I'm just going to go in with black, and I'm using, it's called Black Rainbow. Again, just focusing on that in the outer corner. I'm not going to take it right in, I'm just going to concentrate it on the outer corner and work it in. I always say that, but it always ends up going all the way over there, so like a dramatic. And I usually tend to find you can never fully blend it out with the brush that you applied it with, so I change brushes just because there's still product on this, so if you change with a brush that's got like a different colour or less product on it, it doesn't like transfer the black anymore, so I'm just going to use that one I've been using to blend stuff out. I'm going to go back in with the black. There you go, so that's roughly what both the eyes are like on each side. So this is what I was meaning when I said I was going to go back to this eye, because I just wanted to show you something. It's to do with eye creases. So I've got a slightly hooded eye with this eye, and then this eye it's got more lid space. So if you can see, even though I've got eyeliner on, but you could see that this lid, it's like it touches, and the reason I have to take my eyeshadow so high is because if I don't, then this would transfer. So as you can see, I'm going to show you and correct it, and I'm going to take this crease a little bit higher, just because it's not doing my eyes any favour. It's kind of making them look smaller because it's not showing off my lid area. It's like it's totally overpowered by this colour, whereas you have the lighter colour on this lid. And you can see that's making my eye look bigger, it's opening up my eye. So a little trick you can do is just draw your crease on, where you cut the crease a little bit higher, and that'll open up your eye area. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So right now I think my eye looks quite small, looks overpowered, whereas this one, I've got more lid space. So as you can see, hold on, oops, there we go. I've got like no eyelid basically. It's like a hooded eye basically. It's called Asian eye because I'm mixed race as well. So I'll show you how to fix this. So you can see that's a lot higher than that side. So it's way up there, but this one's slightly down there. But because that eye's hooded, it balances itself out. So once I put some eyeshadow on, you'll see what I mean. There you go. So see how it now looks like I've got more eyelid space. And again, it's opening up my eye area. It doesn't look so overpowered now. It's not quite the same. There still is more room here, but it definitely helps. It doesn't make my eye look so small. I definitely think it makes my eye look bigger. Like before it was really like that, but it definitely makes my eye look bigger, so it's a little tip for you. There we go, so it doesn't look so bad now. So like, see if I just wear eyeliner, I think it looks silly because it makes like my eyelid look smaller on this side. So I do prefer to wear shadow because I can do this little trick where it opens up my eye area and makes it look like I've got more lid room. There you go, so a wee tip for you is if you've got hooded eyes or you're doing clients that have got hooded eyes, etc. Here we go, and I'm just going to do eyeliner next. But yeah, another little tip as well for when you're using tape is once you've like thingied it from the roll, put it on the back of your hand a couple of times to make it less sticky, because see if you just go straight on, it's very harsh on your eye area, so don't do that. I'm just going to do my brows next. I'm going to use what I always use is my Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's in Ebony or whatever it's called or pronounced like. So I'm just going to use this. And I'll just clean up with some concealer, make it a bit more on point, like this one. You always get one good brow. This is the good brow. This is like the peasant brow. There you go. So I've got nothing on my face at the minute. Urban Decay. It's like a complexion spray or something. Avoiding the eye area. So I've actually ran out of my good primer, so I'm just going to use this. It's a Nivea thing. It was only like $2.50 as well. It smells of like men's stuff, but thought I'd give it a go. I've only used it like once or twice, but it's okay. I've got oily skin, so it's not the best, but there you go. So that's it on all over. And I'm just going to use a MAC foundation brush from 190 to put it on. I'm just going to mix it in the back of my hand as well. There you go, working from the centre of the face and then working it out. Avoiding directly underneath the eye as well. I'll blend in under eye concealer for there. There you go, that's the foundation on over, and I've avoided just directly underneath my eyes. Under eye concealer from illamasqua I'm going to use. Keeping it away from directly where that eyeshadow is, because I'm going to clean up with a bit thicker concealer, because this is quite nice and thin, which is good for putting underneath your eyes because it doesn't crease. And then I'm going to buff that in. Not really buff, more tap it in, because if you buff you're just going to just start where you just put the concealer in, and sometimes it can go a bit red, so I'm actually just going to pat it in. There you go, and to get a nice extra like sharp line I'm going to use the Skin Base Lift. It's like quite light and it's a bit thicker, like sort of cream, so getting a nice sharp line. Yeah, it's dearly loved, as you can see. There you go, and I'll buff that out in a minute. There you go, again using that same brush that I used to buff out the other concealer. I'm going to use that one, but again just tapping it. Look how much better I look with foundation, like Jesus Christ, I look like shit without it. I had a hospital appointment today and the doctor's like, you look different. So done something different to your hair? And I was like, no. He's like, what is it? Why do you look different? It's like, I'm just ugly. I've got no makeup on, that's it. It's just thanks for that. As some of you know, obviously broke my leg, but I'm still not healing. Taken forever to heal. They're just going to check again in a couple of months and then decide what to do, because I've got a metal plate so obviously I can walk, because that takes the pressure, but see what happens. Here we go. And then I'm just probably going to put some black eyeliner on my waterline, and as you can see it's freaking tiny, because I've actually had this for like 2 years or something. I've had this for ages, but I always use black. Sometimes I use gel though, so. There you go, that's top and bottom. And then I'm probably just going to buff out some eyeshadow underneath as well. It stops eyeliner from smudging as well on your waterline if you buff it out with shadow. I'm going to use another Zoeva brush and probably use gel-ed underneath. I was going to add glitter because I thought it looked really plain, but I'm actually happy with it, so I might not. Because as I said, I'm going to the library and I'll just get stared at. I'll get stared at like this, but glitter is a bit too much, so. The cat just opened the door and decided to come in. Like anytime I've got makeup clients or anything, my cat Mogi, he just comes in. My door doesn't close properly for some reason, so he just pushes on it and just comes in whenever he feels like it. It's annoying because sometimes you're in bed and he opens the door and he doesn't fucking close it. Obviously he's a cat, but it's very annoying. I actually just got a tattoo, I'll show you at the end. It's a cat, it's based on him because he's a grey cat and I got a grey cat tattoo, so here you go, that's some shadow underneath done. I'm going to use pink Opal. It's a pigment from MAC in my inner corner, just because it's like got a pink sort of shimmer thing to it and it's pretty. And because this is a pink lip, so I'm just going to put that in my inner corner. Oh, that's pretty. I always feel when you first do it, it's a lot brighter on that side. I can never get this side as bright. I don't know why. Like I've went in with it twice and I still think that side's brighter. Maybe it's just me, who knows. Last time I went in 3 times and I still feel like that side's brighter, but can't do much about it. It's actually like unbelievable the amount of jeans I've ruined with makeup. Like I had 4 or 5 pairs of jeans and they're all ruined. Hated people walk past in my house, probably think I'm speaking to myself, which technically I am, but yeah, so that's the eyes done. I was going to do pink on the lips, but I just received my Jeffree Star Liquid lipsticks and I've not used them yet. So I'm probably going to use this one called Posh Spikes. A bit more subtle-ish. You can use a lip liner if you want. I'm sure eating my hair there. But it's a liquid lipstick, so I don't really feel like you need to, unless you're doing like an ombre lip or something. There you go, so that's the lips done. Pretty. Contour next. I'm probably not going to do too much, to be honest. I'm probably just going to do powder. I usually do cream and powder, but I can't really be bothered because I'm not going anywhere fancy nancy. There you go, and I'm using a Morphe brush. It's a M405 and it's Harmony as well. Is it Harmony? Yeah. Contouring my division. Fabulous. It's the quick little sweep. Actually, I'm just going to use the same brush for a highlighter. Again, probably just same hold, a bit of soft and gentle. I usually do my Cupid's bow, but I forgot to do it first and then do, whoops, well. There you go, that seems to be the majority of what I'm going to do. Actually, I might put mascara on and then probably do my hair and then come back. There you go, so this is a finished look. I'll pop some mascara on as well. As I said, I was going to go a little bit more dramatic, but I feel like it makes enough of a statement. As I said, so I'll just do some close-ups as well. So it's always so awkward, like posing at the end. It's like that. Yeah, as you can see, like my tripod is like so squint and it's gonna end up breaking my camera, but I'll need to get another one. It's my first time using the Jeffree Star ones as well, and I've got to say I do like it better than like all my Limcrime ones. I've got like tons, so I need to try and pick some up there, but actually I'll just pick up this one because it's a similar shade. So in comparison, I've only had this on for like 5 minutes, but I can already tell it's a lot better. The application was a lot better, so the little brush you get, I think is a lot better. It's a lot more easier to control than what I found with this. It is thinner, this stuff, but it doesn't really like make a difference. Like, I think this stuff's kind of thick, but I do prefer this stuff to when it's thinner, it goes on a lot easier. As for the way it feels, honestly, it doesn't feel like a liquid lipstick. Like when I wear these, it's like so dry. Like I go to work at night and then my lips are just all cracked and horrible. Like this feels like I've got near nothing on. So actually I really do like this. I've got this little one as well. I've not used this one yet, but these are the little two that I got. So I really like these. I don't think I'll ever buy the Limcrime ones again. To be fair, every time I have bought the Limcrime ones, they've been on sale, so I got them pretty cheap. But yeah, I like these. Only bad thing with the Jeffree Star ones is that you had to pay custom fees, and I was like, oh, whatever. And then because of the whole PIM situation, they probably worked out dearer as well, so not cool. I was going to use glitter, as I said, and make it more dramatic, but I'm only going to the library. So yeah, I'm actually in the process of self-teaching myself special effects. So give me 2 seconds. So yeah, as I said, I'm in the process of like self-teaching myself special effects makeups, and I'm thinking of doing like YouTube tutorials as well. My goal, I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'm thinking like in the countdown to Halloween, I want to do a tutorial every day, so 30 tutorials, but I've kind of left it to the last minute. But I'm thinking I've got the whole of September to plan them, so I'm thinking 2 days for one tutorial. So I was thinking to make them quite complex, but as I said, I don't have that much time now, so I might just keep them fairly simple. So I'm gonna attempt to do one tutorial a day, and then like, so 31 looks for like Halloween style, because I got loads of special effects makeup. But yeah, as I said, I'm waiting to the library after this. I'm going to do some studying with this special effects book. But yeah, when I talk, like, tell people I want to do like special effects, I always think, oh, latex, stuff like that. And it's like, what I want to do is a bit more complicated than that. Like, there's a lot more learning involved, and like products, health and safety, stuff like that. It's a bit more complex, so I've been like watching a lot of videos, like buying tutorials as well, like online videos from like Stan Winston school as well, so that's really helped. And yeah, I did like sit down to do some sculpting and like I didn't really know what I was doing, so even though I've watched videos, but it's better to take notes and stuff. Anyway, going a bit off topic, so yeah, that's what my plans are for today, so see you later.